Hi, good morning. My name is Maggie McCampbell-Lean, and I'm the Director of Inclusion and Diversity here at Shenandoah.
And my name is Karen Cornejo Guillen, and I'm the Interim Diversity Programs Coordinator.
We're so excited to have a few of you joining us, and we have two really amazing students who are also here joining us today. So I'm going to have them introduce themselves as well.
Hi, my name is Adina. I am a work study at the Mosaic Center. I'm a senior and I'm a media and communications major.
And my name's Pedro Flor. I'm a sophomore business major, and I'll do a work study at the Mosaic Center. It's amazing.
Thanks, Adina and Pedro. So those of you who are joining us, please let us know if you have any questions. You can use the chat. You can also just come on video if you want to and ask a question. That's fine as well. We want to answer any questions you might have about the Mosaic Center. We only have about 10 minutes with you today, so I'm going to jump on in and let you know a little bit about what we do. So this picture you see in the background is actually the Mosaic Center itself. We're sorry we couldn't be there in person with you today, but we have a great lounge space that Karen's going to tell you more about, and I'm going to share our mission with you. The Mosaic Center's mission has to do with respecting diverse cultures, experiences, and perspectives. It's important to us that we provide an inclusive space for all cultures and people. I always tell people when I'm talking about the Mosaic Center that it's our goal to provide, to make sure Shenandoah feels like home for everyone. We embrace all of the different identities that you can see there. Basically, whatever your background is, we want to make sure you know that Shenandoah is your home. We focus on valuing and fostering the diversity reflected in our lives and in the world beyond our campus. I'm going to turn it over to Karen, and she's going to tell you a little bit about the Mosaic Center space.
Yeah, so our space includes lots of different areas. The first is the lounge area. And so one of the things that our students really love to do in this space is to just relax. They can do their homework here, have lunch, or just take a break from their day. Our next little area that we like to point out when we give a little tour is our woke wall. And this was created by students to help educate others about the importance about issues relating to social justice. And so each month or so, we change up what we put on the woke wall. And then we have our social justice library, or our resource library, where we have a collection of books and other resources like magazines that we get from conferences or from suggestions from students of things that they want to read and they want to have access to. And so students can check these books out for up to 2 weeks. We also provide access to resources for sexual health. And we want to be inclusive of all people, so this includes LGBTQ plus resources. And the Mosaic Center is one of 3 places on campus where we offer condoms as well as educational resources. So as you see there in the photograph, we have pamphlets about STD testing and about ARE, the AIDS response effort. And then my favorite little area is the tea station. I'm a coffee drinker, so I really enjoy taking advantage of the coffee, the creamer, but we also have a wide selection of teas, as you can see there. And we also have hot chocolate. So students really love to come in and grab a mug. We have a selection of mugs there as well. And so students really love to pick one out and have their tea and just relax. We can also give you more information about upcoming events. So our student employees have a workstation area where they sit and work together on their upcoming events. And so if at any time you're hanging out in the space and you're curious about what we have coming up, we always have people around, our student employees or myself or Maggie, and we are always more than happy to provide more information about that. And that's just a little bit about the space. So I'm going to turn it over to Maggie now, and she'll share a little bit about how to be involved on campus or in the Mosaic Center.
Thanks, Karen. So the Mosaic Center has actually only been around since 2017, so that we're in our third year on campus, and we're so excited to get to welcome you to actually come and check it out in the fall. So what can you do in the Mosaic Center? This is a great opportunity to hear from some of the students who work with us every day. We actually offer 30 different work study positions and 2 student leadership positions as well. So Adina, can I hear a little bit from you about what you do in the Mosaic Center and how the Mosaic Center has impacted your experience at Shenandoah?
Yeah, of course. So I am, like I said before, I'm a work study student at the Mosaic Center. So mainly I do event planning. So as an event planner at the Mosaic Center, you're assigned about 2 to 3 events a semester, and it's your responsibility to plan pretty much every aspect of the event and to make sure that it goes smoothly the day that it happens. So you plan things like where it's going to take place, the time that it's going to take place. If there's going to be food, you take care of the food, all that other good stuff. And then another thing I do this semester is I'm a student ambassador. So what that means is usually at our open house days, it's usually happen on Saturday mornings. There's a table for the Mosaic Center on the upper level of the Brand Student Center. And I basically stand there and I represent the Mosaic Center to prospective students, and I answer any questions that people have about our space or what we do there. And I've only been at Shenandoah for 2 years because I'm a transfer student, but I got really involved with the Mosaic Center this year, which is my senior year, and it has been a really great experience. Like, I wish I'd gotten involved sooner, but it's definitely shaped my SU experience, like, for the better. I've learned so much from working here. I've gained really great work experience. I've made some really great friends. Like, we're basically a family at the Mosaic Center. And yeah, like every day, like I was always looking forward to come into work and do my work study hours. And it's just a really great space.
Thank you, Adina. And we have really enjoyed having Adina in the Mosaic Center because Adina's first year at Shenandoah, she would come to our dinner dialogues, which are free dinners downtown in Winchester where you can discuss an important topic. And then she decided to join us for work study. So Adina, we're excited to have you always. Now I want to hear a little bit from Pedro. Same questions for you, Pedro. What do you do in the Mosaic Center and how has it impacted your time at Shenandoah so far?
It's kind of hard following up with Nina. She pretty much summed up everything. But yeah, I pretty much do some of the same things. So I also do planned events with a team, which is really fun because you get to sit down with a group of people that you may not have talked to before or worked with before, and you guys get to come up with some ideas and end up with a pretty good product. I also am an ambassador, so at the open house, it's great to see new people, new faces, and I'll just talk to them and see where they're coming from. I also do a lot of the training, like I do athletic training, and for me, like I'm a soccer player, and a lot of people think that athletes are this, and that, and I think that, or me as being an athlete, I'm kind of the voice of the athletes, so I try to get out there, get as many athletes or as many people in the Mosaic Center as possible because it has shaped me, I think, into the person I am because it opens up my mind every single day that I go to work. I learn a new thing or I see something different, and it kind of helps me become a woke person. Like we have our woke wall. And like Adina said, I love going to work. I'm there pretty much as I can. I go from class to work to practice, and like it's just a great experience every single time. And the reason that I did go to work at Mosaic Center is because Maggie was my FYS teacher, and she's the best teacher ever. And she just helped me. She's been helping me, and I know she will help me in the future. And I'm so thankful for her at Mosaic Center.
Thank you, Pedro. I'm really glad you brought up FYS because I always like to put in a plug for FYS. This year, my class is always about student activism, but this year it's about racial justice activism specifically. So if that's something that's interesting to you, if you want to learn more, if you already consider yourself an activist, we want people from all over the spectrum to come and join us for that FYS class. It's called From Martin to Mandela, Racial Justice Activism. So if you haven't signed up for FYS classes yet, always have to put in a plug for that. Some of the other things we do in the Mosaic Center that I want to briefly tell you about so that you can get onto your next session. Well, our first goal is to educate. We're at a college, a higher education, and so we educate the campus community on a variety of different topics. So one of the things I always like to point out is our dinner dialogues, and the pictures you see here is from a dinner dialogue we hosted in the Mosaic Center. We always either have food catered in or we take students to eat somewhere for free in downtown Winchester, and we talk about a variety of different topics. So for example, we've done one recently on what it feels like to have a disability on campus, what that experience is. We've discussed around MLK Day, what relevance does the work of MLK still have today? We've done one about gender pronouns, so we do dinner dialogues kind of all across the board. We also celebrate. We want to celebrate all the diverse contributions of our students, the many diverse communities we have represented at Shenandoah. A couple of the events you see here, we always celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, and so the flags you see hanging are flags that we hang in our Student Center every year to celebrate Hispanic heritage. Our friend Chase that you see playing the drums played for our Black Music Mondays as part of Black History Month. And then the long picture you see on your screen is from our Be Beautiful campaign that's actually going to come up next week. So tune in to all of our social media, both Shenandoah University, Student Life, and Mosaic Center, and we'll be posting all week about the Be Beautiful campaign and encouraging you to share why you love yourself. We think we need that now more than ever. The third thing we do is advocate. It's really important for us that students know that we are their advocates. We want to make sure you're having an equitable experience on campus, that you're not experiencing any issues. And so if you have anything to report, we're always here for you. And then in general, just for mentorship and advocacy. The last thing we do is develop leaders. So we want to develop leaders through things like our work study program that you heard about through Adina and Pedro. We also have a program called the Scholars Latino Initiative, and the Scholars Latino Initiative matches college mentors with high school scholars for a 3-year-long mentoring relationship. And so you can see our Scholars Latino Initiative students there in the large group picture visiting a speaker that we had on campus. And then we also try to offer leadership opportunities for students to go develop their skills. And the other picture you see is a group of women that attended a women's leadership summit in Richmond this past fall. So those are just some of the things that we do in the Mosaic Center. We have multicultural student organizations as well, like the Black Student Union, Estudiantes Unidos, Spectrum, our LGBT group. So we have lots of opportunities for that as well. So I want to give the opportunity right now. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat or go ahead and just ask them. And Karen and I are always here. You can look up our information, but the best way to contact any of us is mosaicenter@su.edu, and we'll be happy to answer any of those questions that you have.